ID and then actually notifying his next of kin. So it'll probably be a little bit before we're able to release anything about him. The trooper in question that was injured, he's been evaluated at a hospital. It turns out that he does not have a broken thumb, but it was very seriously dislocated where it actually came through the skin, so he's going to need some stitches and some other things, but other than that, he should be able to go back to work. We're still continuing our investigation. Right now I'm waiting for the K-9 to sweep the scene to see if we can locate the handgun that the suspect has, and that's pretty much where we're at right now.
Do you know how many times he was shot?
I don't.
Have you been able to determine if he fired his gun?
We won't be able to determine that until the lab actually comes out here and recovers the weapon and see what kind of shell casings we have. A lot of times we won't even go into the scene until the lab arrives. That way we make sure that nothing is damaged.
Any specifics on the route?
I do. I can give them to you, or I can read them off to you if you like. But,
Okay.
How long do you expect the road to be closed down here for investigation?
we're probably looking at least another 2 to 3 hours. It kind of depends how much evidence is found on the scene, how long it takes a lab to do it. All of our, usually we would use a drone for a crime scene like this for this big. Unfortunately, in this kind of weather, it doesn't take very accurate photos, so we have to kind of do everything by hand right now.
What's your message for people who take off and then engage police, not only in a high-speed chase, but injuring troopers as they try to flee?
Well, I think it's important to stop for a cop. I mean, it's pretty simple. This is an individual that didn't have a seatbelt on. All he had to do was stop. He would have had contact with the trooper. The trooper may or may not have wrote him a citation. If he had a warrant or if he was suspended, they would have dealt with it and he would have been on his way. Now we got to go tell a family that their loved one is dead because of a contact with law enforcement. I've got 2 troopers in my section that will never forget this as long as they live. I've got a trooper that's injured and is going to be off work, that not providing service to the citizens of Michigan. All that could have been done very quickly by simply just pull over and stop it. I think a lot of times we look at the onus on law enforcement as far as, we're pursuing these people and it's our fault and we shouldn't do that. There's only one person that makes a decision to run from law enforcement, and that's the guy behind the wheel, or gal.
And troopers did see a gun on him, right, when they fired?
They did see a weapon on him when he exited the vehicle, correct.
But no indication there was any gun during that initial traffic stop?
We still haven't gotten that far yet. That's one of the questions that you will ask the troopers once we get there and get their statements, but I don't know the answer to that question right now.
But as you know, as of now, he stood in a shooting stance.
Correct, yeah.
Did he take a gun stance? Do you know?
That's what they could describe as a shooting stance. So he raised his weapon towards officers.
So he never ran inside the wooded area?
In the wood line, correct.
Okay. He did or he did?
He did.
Okay.
Yes.
So he kind of
this all happened in the wood line, so if I don't want to turn around on you while you're filming me,
No.
It works.
Back there, you see the patrol cars, you see the broken window right there on that pickup truck. He exits the vehicle and he runs into that wood line. So if you see the trooper standing there, if you kind of look straight in there, that's where he is.
So basically, he ran into the wooded area
And that's
then
when-
turned around and did a
Correct.
stance.
Can you talk about how chaotic that would be? I mean, you're in a wooded area, the weather is not ideal, and suddenly, in the split second, troopers see a gun.
And that's one of the things about a cop's job is it is split second. It's we're going to sit here and we're going to investigate this to our fullest ability to make sure that the troopers did everything they were supposed to according to the law and also according to our official policies. But we get weeks, months, a year to decide if everything they did correct, when they had a split second to decide if they were going to take somebody's life or if they were going to die on the spot.
Now, can you touch on the fact that MSP will be investigating this? Shouldn't it be an outside agency?
Our troopers are investigated by our own department. We have an outstanding reputation throughout the state of if our troopers do something wrong, we're going to hold them accountable as we would anybody else. There's really nobody better qualified to investigate this incident in the entire state than MSP.
Thank you.
This started in Taylor?
Correct. Yep, Van Born and Telegraph.
What were the routes, Lieutenant?
Let me get her first.
Oh,
She's behind.
Oh, go,
and I'll
go.
bring it around.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yep.